Rosiland Jordan is live at the U.S. State Department for us in Washington, D.C. Ros, let's talk about the Egypt-U.S. relationship for a moment here. President Obama said in an interview recently, maybe it was just yesterday, in the aftermath of the protests on the U.S. Embassy in Cairo, the attack there, that the U.S. would not consider Egypt an ally, but we don't consider them an enemy. Now, is there more context available on that statement, which, as you know, has made headlines around the world?
Well, obviously, it did make headlines around the world, but the context is this, Tony. There have been at least 4 incidents aimed at the U.S. Embassy in Cairo since the end of the rule of Hosni Mubarak. And in all 4 of those instances, Egyptian security forces have essentially been nowhere to be found. That has greatly aggrieved the U.S. because, as we have talked about many times before, the Vienna Conventions require that host nations provide security for embassies and for consulates of countries with whom they have diplomatic relations. If you sign that treaty, you're obligated to provide security. That has not been done. And certainly it did not help the government of Mohamed Morsi that when the embassy did have the violence happening on Tuesday, that there wasn't any comment coming from President Morsi or from the Prime Minister or from anyone else, for that matter, at the top levels of the Egyptian government. Now, even though he has called on the U.S. to essentially punish or prosecute those responsible for this movie, and apparently there is a movie that has insulted those who believe that the Prophet Muhammad is someone to be revered, the U.S. government's position is we have the First Amendment that protects the right to free speech. Here's a bit of what the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton had to say just about an hour ago here at the State Department.
The United States government had absolutely nothing to do with this video. We absolutely reject its content and message. America's commitment to religious tolerance goes back to the very beginning of our nation. And as you know, we are home to people of all religions.
Okay, Roz, what more do we know about this film, this video, this trailer for a film, the people behind it?
Well, apparently the person who is behind this film is not an Israeli Jew, as he first described himself. That was debunked pretty quickly. It turns out that is a man who is a self-described Coptic Christian, possibly from Egypt or another country with a sizable Coptic Christian population. His name is Nakura Basili Nakuri. He apparently put this film together under a different name. They were able to verify under Los Angeles and California filmmaking laws that a permit had been taken out for this movie, and that at least on 2 dates earlier this year, he had rented out a movie theater in the Los Angeles area to show the film. Of course, the movie operator said that there was almost no one in the theater. That said, Mr. Nakuri is claiming that he is trying to expose what he calls the hypocrisies and the evil of Islam, and he is also accusing the U.S. government of not doing enough to protect its own installations overseas. Now, there is a question on whether or not he is being investigated. A short time ago, the Associated Press announced that according to its law enforcement sources, they have identified this man as being behind the film project.
All right, Rosiland Jordan for us at the U.S. State Department.